Very good afternoon to you. Please tell us, it's the heart of winter in the country and also a time where heightened reports of shack fires and other related tragedies hog the headlines. What are these compliant versus non-compliant appliances?
What we have, good afternoon, what we have found through a 3-year investigation is that a vast amount of the shack fires or fires that are caused by fires in informal dwellings were caused by accidents, and these accidents were fueled by non-compliant paraffin stoves and heaters. And we have found that these appliances do not comply with compulsory specifications and safety standards that we regulate in South Africa.
But Trevor, how do they get in the country in the first place? As we do know that all the ports of entry have controls and regulations for imports.
Yes, that is correct. Further to our investigation, we have found that these appliances are brought into the country in bits and pieces, which means that it is assembled on this side. So it's difficult to detect it if it comes through in smaller pieces, and then once they are all in the country, they are assembled on this side. So it's a bit difficult, but we are employing more intensified measures to detect these bits and pieces of the appliances and to ensure that we stop the supply and the import of these non-compliant appliances to the country.
Look, Trevor, it's been said that these appliances, most of them look so similar that one couldn't tell the difference just by looking at them both. Please give us tips for our viewers to catch out the counterfeit products.
You see, there's what you need to understand is it is difficult for consumers to differentiate between what the authentic paraffin appliances are and what are the non-compliant or the illegal ones.
Why?
And that is simply because the importers and the manufacturers of these appliances have made sure that they make them look as close to the real thing as possible. So it's really difficult to differentiate between the two. However, for the ordinary man on the street, it will be difficult, that is, to differentiate. But for us that know there needs to be a certain code on the appliance itself, and there needs to be certain safety features on the appliance. For example, if the appliance falls over or tilts over, the fuel supply should be cut and the flame should be extinguished within a matter of seconds before it actually drops to the floor. Now, the non-compliant paraffin appliances do not have such features, and that is why when they fall over, in addition to that, them falling over and the flame staying on, the paraffin leaks out, and that then causes a trail of fire, which then turns the whole place into an inferno.
So it's the little things that really one needs to take note. But now, Trevor, tell us about the big news. You are on a campaign. How long are you planning to do this campaign? And what are you going to be basically doing to bring about more awareness about, as you've just said, that, you know, people can't really tell the difference between these two appliances?
Okay, we started a couple of weeks ago within Gauteng province, and we still have a few more campaigns. We still have a few more imbizos that we want to roll out in the Gauteng provinces. We have since the Minister of Trade and Industry has since declared a special project whereby we have now been instructed to go across the country to all 9 provinces, and specifically to the areas where there's reports of high incidents of informal fires in informal settlements, and we'll be going there, and we'll be having workshops. We'll also be having inspections at retailers, as well as we will have imbizos. And in these workshops, we will be teaching consumers about the differences between the compliant and the non-compliant ones. As well, in addition to that, the inspections will entail going around to retailers, removing non-compliant paraffin appliances from the retailers, and then, of course, warning them. We have now come to a point whereby in Gauteng alone we have thus far confiscated 80 of these non-compliant paraffin appliances, and we have warned these suppliers that if we will be conducting further surprise inspections, and if we find them with these kind of appliances in their stores, we will confiscate them and we will move for prosecution for these retailers.
But what happens? Is it just the suppliers that you're going to prosecute, Trevor? What about the people that actually brought those appliances in the country? How are you keeping track of them? And what happens to them when you actually find that they have contravened the safety acts?
You see, once we hear of this, in fact, right now we have an investigation that's ongoing, and once we find these people, like I said, we are working together with the National Regulator for Compulsory Specifications. Under the Consumer Protection Act, we cannot prosecute. However, the National Regulator for Compulsory Specifications, they have certain powers that we do not have as the Consumer Commission, and that is why we are banding together our energies and we are complementing each other's mandates. And in that, we will then take these people to task, and like I said, we will be moving for a point of prosecution after warning them, as similar to what we've done in Gauteng province.
All right, Trevor, before I let you go, where can people find more info on the campaign or even just on safety of the appliances?
What they can do is they can contact the National Consumer Commission. Can I give the contact details?
Go ahead, Trevor.
Right. They can contact the Commission on 021 761 3000.
All right. Thank you so much for your time and knowledge here. That is Mr. Trevor Hattingh. He's the spokesperson for the National Consumer Commission, live to us from our Pretoria Studios. And he was talking to us about very important issues, compliant versus non-compliant appliances. Do you know what that is? You are urged to look twice at the appliances that you buy for the safety of your family and those around you.